Stephanie Lange, delusional beauty standards.
So today we're going to be investigating this absolute bimbo flop, Stephanie Lang. So let's commence.
I just, don't feel pretty in any way, shape or form. I never have done. Nobody's ever looked at me and called me beautiful.
And it's so sad to me because this lady has, objectively speaking, like the perfect face. I wish I could leap out of the screen and give...
Oh man, the perfect face. So we're not even doing a moderate lie here. You couldn't even just say, oh, she looks okay, she looks nice. You couldn't just say that. You had to go with perfect.
Oh man, this is going to be super rough. This girl is literally a 2 to 2.5 out of 10, and on my scale she'd be a 0 to 0.5 out of 10.
On the Gantt scale? 0 on the Gantt scale? Holy shit.
But to admit, I was a cute kid. I just grew uglier as I got older. No! If she thinks she was a cute kid, then by rights, she should think that she's a cute adult. Because honestly, she has...
That's not how anything works. That's not how anything works.
Doesn't really change that much.
If she thinks she was a cute kid, then by rights, she should think that she's a cute adult. If she thinks she was a cute kid, then by rights, she should think that she's a cute adult. Because honestly, she hasn't really changed that much.
It makes me so mad when I see how society's view of women and their beauty makes genuinely lovely looking women feel inferior.
Perfect double chin.
Yeah.
Is this actually meant to be serious? In what universe would this
Even the hair's thin. And the nose is red and discolored. It looks like rosacea. Like, oh man, there's nothing good going on here. There's nothing good going on here. Much less is this perfect.
woman be described as lovely looking? First of all, she's obese and her face has absolutely zero attractive features. I mean, this is probably her male looks equivalent. But are you...
But yeah, right, yeah. So here's the thing, right? If she's perfect, you know, let's put her in a gender swap AI filter, and let's see what it produces. I'm gonna hazard a guess that you would never, ever date her male looks match. You would never, ever do it. Stephanie Lang, or whatever your name is. It would never happen. You would never, ever date this guy, or a guy that looks like this. So let's shut the fuck up about looking lovely and perfect of all things.
Let's take Sydney Sweeney, for example. And Sydney Sweeney burst into the Hollywood scene. She was portrayed as the babe, the blonde bombshell, the hot girl. She's got the big
bad nutrition. Okay, yeah, sure, that's contributing to the high BMI, but it's not just that.
boobs. She's portrayed as the hot girl character, and so everybody believes that Sydney Sweeney is a babe. But then she changes direction. She starts taking on roles that don't position her as the babe, as the hot girl. And instead she goes on camera with slicked back hair, no makeup, she dresses down. And suddenly everyone's like, whoa!
Judging by the film quality, it also looks like there's quite a lot of time in between these two shots. This looks like it's from the 2000s. This looks like it's from 2017. So it might not just be, she's just presenting in a different style, or she's not using the same makeup or whatever. That might be part of it, but also she looks younger here, right?
Nothing happened to Sydney Sweeney. This is just what she looks like.
No, what happened is men who overrate women realized they were being blinded by makeup and tight clothing. Having to understand, when it comes to natural beauty, Sydney Sweeney is just an average-looking girl who requires layers of makeup and revealing outfits to portray the image that she's above that standard.
Yeah, that's a thing that really is unbelievable. The degree to which makeup fraud can make someone look better. It's like, take a girl in makeup and subtract 2 points from her. That is what she looks like in reality. Makeup is so OP at frauding how good you look. It's so OP.
This is a...
Whoa. Don't tell me that's what she looks like now.
is convinced she is ugly.
I want to be pretty. I just want to be beautiful. I can't do makeup that good. Teach me how to do it.
Yes, learning to do your makeup to suit your face and your features absolutely will make you feel a lot better about your appearance. But the thing is, she is beautiful without it. And I'm not saying...
Why? What? Why we gotta lie so much? Like, can we just be real for like one fucking second? Like, how do... I don't understand how people like this have an audience. Like, does her audience not like... not see something wrong here? Like, did they not like just see how this is just absurd lying?
Everybody's beautiful. Everyone's beautiful without makeup. Girl, no. Even if that is technically true, which it is, it does not make you feel any better about yourself when you are in the throes of thinking that you are butt ugly. I am not going to sugarcoat this, and I'm not going to say what everybody else says just to appease the internet whingers. I get why Heather thinks she's ugly. I do. The bottom teeth are crooked. Her jaw is recessed.
Bro, I gotta get laser. These acne scars are tragic. Well, go do it. You know, go take a trip to Thailand. You know, it's for a few $100 you can do it, and it's not gonna cost thousands of dollars like it would in USA or wherever you're from. Thank you for the $2.
She has nasolabial folds, and her hair is greasy and stuck to her head. But here's the thing about Heather, and anyone who looks like Heather. Heather is not ugly. Heather, despite...
So, hold on, wait a minute. If being ugly isn't having a bunch of ugly features, what is ugly then? Because you listed a bunch of objective flaws to her face, but somehow the conclusion is that she is not objectively flawed. Where's the logic here? Like, what sense does this make?
Pretend that, oh, everyone's beautiful. Then describes some facial flaws this woman possesses, yet still states this girl is beautiful. Again, this girl is like a 2 to 2.5 out of 10 and a 0 to 0.5 out of 10 on my scale. I'm gonna absolutely destroy the Stephanie girl at the end of the video.
Here she is in another video in better lighting. Look at her eyes. Look how blue they are. Like, those are piercing blue.
I don't give a fuck. Like, what? Stop trying to... And you know the thing is, she's not an idiot. That's the thing. She knows what she's doing. Like, if you look at how she's like presented her makeup, she obviously understands female facial aesthetics. This isn't someone that is speaking from the perspective of ignorance here. She knows this woman looks bad. But rather than like saying anything to like really help this woman, you know, put her onto some kind of like cosmetic surgery that could actually ascend her. And I don't know if she has or hasn't done any cosmetic surgeries. I don't know. But rather than like, you know, putting her onto something that could actually, you know, help her a lot in life, you're using this as an opportunity to virtue signal. Oh, their beauty's within. Oh. But, you know, you would never, ever date her male looks match. Never, ever would you do that.
Oh, stop this nonsense.
Look at her perfect eyebrows. I would pay to have eyebrows like that naturally. Look at her long eyelashes. And look at her top teeth. The girl's got no veneers, and yet her top teeth are literally perfect. Yes, I know the bottom ones are crooked, but what of it? Like, that's a cute quirk. I like that. And it makes it kind of interesting that the top ones are straight and the bottom ones are...
the gummy smile. Oh, man. It's a tough lot in life, and I just feel like she has Looksmaxxing. Oh, God. See, like, my chat's gonna be brutal. I get it. I get why chat is being brutal, but like, for like women like this, could you not like help her out? Like, would it kill you to give her some kind of useful advice so that she's not constantly suffering in life? Like, rather than just saying a bunch of bullshit like this. Like, how about that? Stephanie Lang.
If she likes it when men have recessed chins and crooked bottom teeth.
No,
If
absolutely
anything, I feel like
not.
it kind of adds to her beauty, because it's like, how boring would a face be if every single feature on it was picture perfect? There's nothing interesting about that. Nothing memorable about that.
Then why in the name of Christ are you not trying to look more like her? Do you know what I mean? Because if you look at like the way she's Looksmaxxed her own face, right? You can see the way she's done her makeup to make her eyes bigger, and like the more of like a trying to get more of a all this kind of weird shit that she's done like makeup wise. And I'm just gonna guess she's probably done some hard maxes too. I'm just guessing, right? Those teeth look fairly white, maybe veneers, I don't know. But why aren't you trying to look more like her? Why are you trying to look more like one of these boring faces if it's so bad? Huh? There's such a consensus on what looks good. And you know that because nobody gets cosmetic surgery to look more like the girl on the left. They get cosmetic surgery to look more like the girl on the right. So beauty ain't that subjective, is it?
They could be ugly, they could be pretty. You don't really know.
What creates beauty is like that contrast. It's like you're not really sure if they're pretty. You're not really sure if they're ugly. They could be ugly. They could be pretty. You don't really know. What creates beauty is like that contrast. It's like you're not really sure if they're pretty. You're not really sure if they're ugly. They could be ugly. They could
Oh
be
my
pretty.
God.
You don't really creates beauty is like that contrast. It's like you're not really sure if they're pretty. You're not really sure if they're ugly. They could be ugly, they could be pretty. You don't really know.
You don't really know.
You don't really know. You don't really know? Really? You don't really know. You don't really know. She looks like a Stacy-like version of Sydney Sweeney. Average Instagram woman. Bro, that ain't a nose, that's a whole ass snout. Yeah, that's quite a honker, I must say.
A lot of people trying to make Heather feel better about herself and commenting that she looks like the American actress Shelley Duvall, and she does. They have very similar features, don't they? And yet the interesting thing to note is that one of these women carried herself like she knew she was a babe. She knew she was the prize. And the other woman is convinced that she's ugly.
Like this. That hurt.
Oh, this girl is so pretty and she doesn't even realize it.
Oh goodness, just because Shelley Duvall had an overbite and some resemblance to this woman does not discount that her features are way worse. Shelley Duvall does not have a
Yes.
crazy recessed chin, flared ears, and skin that appears to be decomposing. Being the unattractive sister does not make you attractive. Also noting, Shelley Duvall was never considered conventionally attractive, but she is of course levels above this other girl. Shelley Duvall would be assigned around a 4 to 4.5 out of 10 or 2 to 2.5 out of 10 on my scale.
Then
Gant
there's the
scale.
hugely popular
Oh, shit.
Pilates TikToker, Wellness by Nora, who was so bullied by randoms online that she felt compelled to make a bunch of videos letting them know that she knows that she's ugly.
Okay, I get it. I'm ugly. You don't need to tell me that. I've known that for my entire life.
This woman is not ugly. This is what pisses me off about the beauty standards. Not taking in
I don't understand why women like this, they have like this concept of beauty standards, like it's this arbitrary thing that just came out of nowhere, where like it's just the media just thought one day that women like Sydney Sweeney look good, that just randomly, that's just the thing, and not Shelley Duvall. Like, well, no, it's not that. It's people's natural response to what looks good, to facial symmetry, facial harmony, dimorphism, female or masculine dimorphism. And there's evolutionary reasons for preferring certain features and certain facial harmonies. It's not this thing that's just been forced onto people that people like this have such a, and I don't think they really believe this. I think deep down they kind of know beauty standards are objective, and it's not just arbitrarily pushed by the media. It's not that. I think deep down these people know this, but they want to lie about it. They're like allergic to being honest about this topic for some reason.
genetics, different heritages, different ethnicities, and yet we're all meant to look the same?
No, we're not meant to look the same. We have different genetics.
Gant scale is worse than face IQ. Well, that's bad because face IQ thinks I'm a sub 5, so Gant must think I'm, according to the Gant scale, I'm not, probably not even on it.
Like you said, some good, some bad. None of these girls look the same, but they all have good genetics, which is why they can be described as attractive and this cannot.
And why, objectively speaking, beautiful women like Nora here are convinced that she must be ugly because she doesn't look like this girl, who does.
Question: why don't you do your makeup in a way to make your nasolabial folds more pronounced, like that woman that you said looks good? Why don't you do makeup to look more like her? You see those huge nasolabial folds? Why don't you do makeup? Why don't you put a bit of shadow here to look more like this woman? Oh, that's right, because you don't think she looks good.
Convinced that she must be ugly because she doesn't look like this girl, who does fit our beauty rules. Okay, Nora doesn't fit the beauty rules. Fine.
It's not beauty rules, it's not beauty standards, it's people's natural response. It's people's biological desire that determines what looks good. It's not some random guy, like some random executive at a media company deciding this. No.
Fine. Look at this woman's beautiful golden hair. Like, she literally reminds me of a Disney princess.
Damn, I don't even know what to say. Like, this is
Damn.
actually real. If I had to envision Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty in real life, it would be something like this. Not some girl who looks like she would break my toilet if she tried to use it.
She's got beautiful soft features, bright blue eyes. If this woman had been born a few hundred years ago and not in the 80s or 90s, she would have been the peak femme fatale standard of beauty.
Goodness, girl, shut up.
Then there's this girl who believes that she is so ugly that she snuck onto Earth because she thinks she doesn't belong here with the way she looks.
I don't know if any other ugly women can relate to this experience, or ugly people in general. I have felt less than human. I have felt like something that is snuck onto Earth.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna give some like objective advice. Like, if your mouth is too small, there's one thing that I think might help you out: palate widening. You want your dental palate to get wider. Usually when people have a mouth that is too small for their face, and it kind of fucks up their facial harmony, like this girl, yeah, you kind of want to widen that palette. You can do that via a number of ways.
This girl literally looks like a 1950s pinup model come to life.
No,
Oh man, this is painful. At this point, I know people will believe I must be autistic, as there's no way she's being serious. But if you go on her channel, you will overview that she does promote this type of garbage, like stating this resembles a 50s pinup model come to life, when in reality, this was the beauty standard.
Looks like if aesthetics was a woman. Alright, you're getting banned. You're getting banned for that.
Pinup model back then. Oh yeah, this girl is a modern version of a Doris Day. If only this girl was born 70 years ago, she would be the peak standard of feminine beauty. It's so unfair these beautiful girls have to compete with modern beauty standards. That argument is always misrepresented. They try and act as if the pinnacle of beauty from that era would be considered unattractive in today's standards.
The 1950s.
Yeah,
Marilyn Monroe's voluptuous figure.
Whenever these girls bring up classic beauty standards, they always portray Marilyn Monroe as some curvy girl who would be too fat to make it in Hollywood.
Yeah, like this. Like, okay, yeah, that's curvy. But that's a very far cry from being obese. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever have like some fat chick and you see on her Instagram, she's got like these posts full of like quotes from Marilyn Monroe, like they're one and the same.
They would if she was to compete with modern beauty standards. When in reality.
Oh.
So yeah, these girls are.
She's genuinely skinny by our standards. Like, 120 pounds. That's what is the average weight of a woman in America? Let's find out. 170 pounds. 171 pounds if we're rounding up. So like this woman that's portrayed as this curvy girl, this plus size model that took the world by storm is 51 pounds lighter than the average American woman.
Wanting all the unattractive girls today to believe it's the harsh modern beauty standards, lying to them about the actual beauty they possess.
She looks a little bit like Gemma Ward, and if you guys don't know who Gemma Ward is, she is a supermodel. So here's one woman with a self-perception that she's so ugly that she must have snuck onto Earth, and then another similar looking woman is literally cast as a supermodel.
Ugh, what's going on here? See, I don't think the model industry is even a good barometer for what is physically appealing as a woman. And I know this sounds like super fucking crass, and I know people aren't gonna like hearing this, but if you want to find out what looks good as a woman, look at the top earners on OnlyFans. The reason is because the free market is deciding that men are willing to like pay money to like see their nudes and like talk to them. So that's like a pretty good barometer of how good looking that woman is. And you look at like the top 100 owners, top 50 owners on OnlyFans, and look at how they look. They do not look like supermodels like the one in this picture. And that's like that's the real fucking test. If you're so much of a bimbo that you can make it on OnlyFans and become one of the top earners, that's how you know you look good as a woman. The modeling industry, like, I'm just going to say it, it's run by gay guys. It's run by gay guys. There's a lot of weird diversity and, like, strange, like, agendas in this industry. It's not like a real litmus test of, what your appeal is as a woman.
Model and makes money because she's...
And I think it goes kind of the other way with men, but mostly with women. Like being a female model kind of doesn't mean shit. It kind of doesn't even mean shit. Not anymore.
So pretty. Girls, these beauty standards have got our self-perception so messed up.
Okay, now I actually want the girls to call her out, as this is
What's
kind
up,
of getting
Zaishan?
cruel. This girl sharing her experience about feeling undesirable just for Stephanie Lang to come along and say, no girl, you actually look like a prime gem award. Yes, if in reality that was a fact, I would have no problem. But clearly, this girl looks nothing like a prime gem award. At least the Shelley Duvall comparison was somewhat plausible. But this is just ridiculous. It would be like this guy coming to me saying every girl finds him unattractive, for me to turn around and say, no man, you actually look a bit like a prime Brad Pitt. You actually look super attractive. Don't listen to the others telling you the truth. Allow me to put false illusions in your head instead.
Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret that you might already know, but maybe you don't believe. Come closer. Closer. All those girls that you think are unbelievably flawless, so beautiful that you could never measure up to them. You could never be as pretty as them. Those influencers and celebrities and models and TikTok girlies that you compare yourself to, they aren't half as perfect as you think they are in real life. Sounds harsh, but let me show you what I mean. Look at Kendall Jenner. I feel like so many people think that she is the epitome of facial perfection, and honestly, I get why. She's literally a supermodel. She is paid to be pretty, and she is stunning. But here she is in real life. Away from the pretty studio lights and airbrush filters, she's just an ordinary girl.
Okay, so she has an acne breakout as she's going outside to buy a matcha latte from some paparazzi photo. Okay, so that totally invalidates objective beauty standards and the discipline of facial aesthetics.
And skin texture, and bear in mind, in this image, she has professionally done makeup in red carpet lighting. That is designed to be flattering. The harsh truth of it is, perfection doesn't exist when you're a mere mortal. Sorry to destroy the illusion. Hailey Baldwin, she is celebrated as being the epitome of natural perfection. No flaws, no tweakments, and I can see why.
This video is some A-tier virtue signaling. Well, it's not just that. It's also intra-sexual competition. And what I mean by that is, you'll notice that a lot of like pretty women that are like above average will purposefully gas up bad looking women. And I think what's going on there is they're kind of giving like false signals to the world as to what looks good to kind of reduce the competition for them. You know what I'm saying? Like this woman here clearly understands what objective beauty standards are. Like she clearly knows what facial aesthetics are. Like if you look at like how she presents herself and like her makeup, she knows what she's doing. She's not trying to look like Shelley Duvall. She's not putting makeup, you know, here to give the illusion of like having more pronounced nasolabial folds. Like she's not doing any of that, right? It's very strategically crafted how she's presenting herself. It's not this random thing that she's doing. So when she's like gassing up these women that she knows looks bad, she's kind of like giving bad advice and bad signals to the world as to what looks good. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Like if you're like the only Chad light in the village, you may as well be Chad. But if there's other Chad lights that you're competing with, then you're just a Chad light. Do you get what I'm saying here? If you make other people look worse, that elevates your status. That elevates your own looks by comparison. And I think like this is kind of done subconsciously where like above average looking women will purposefully give bad advice to other women, just to make them look worse, to make themselves look better. I don't know, that sounds like super like fucked up and Machiavellian, but I think that's literally what is happening. I don't think it's literally just virtue signaling.
Rated as being the epitome of natural perfection. No flaws, no tweakments, and I can see why. The girl is gorgeous looking, perfect skin, big smile, great eyebrows. But if we're looking at Hailey through the lens of the beauty standards, she's not perfect. Her nose from the side has a dorsal hump, very anti-beauty standard. It also slopes slightly to the right, and one of her nostrils is...
So because she has one flaw, that just totally invalidates the concept of facial aesthetics. Like, no. Absolutely not.
Smaller than the other.
This is literally the problem. They try and portray girls like Sydney Sweeney, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Baldwin as some of the top representatives for modern beauty standards. When objectively, like I mentioned with Sydney Sweeney, none of these girls actually possess top-level natural beauty. Kendall Jenner is above the other two. However, she is nowhere near the top standard. It's actually crazy that a girl with a super elongated face like Hailey Baldwin is considered super attractive. I mean, if I saw this girl on the street and they told me it was a man, I would actually believe it. Her face is super massive.
Oh man, I want to make a video about trans in Thailand and like what they, well, I don't think I can. I think YouTube would get mad at me.
Which is why she requires tons of makeup to present herself having some.
Maybe if I get a ladyboy on to like talk about it, I think it will fly.
Feminine features. So yeah, the only one out of the tree to be above average would be Kendall Jenner. But even with that, they try and use her as the
basically ruining the competition before it began. Yeah, basically, right? Because there's a lot of artifice that goes into making Stephanie Lang look good, or whatever her name is. So like if you convince women not to like try and compete with her and not to like get to her around her looks level, then by comparison she looks better, right? Or even better, like if she really cared about these women, these you know, these women crying in their car, which is super fucked up, by the way. Like you know, I don't like seeing, you know, ugly people suffer. Like I don't like that. And that's partly why I make the content I do. Like, if you got some objective flaw, like, I hope my content can actually give you the impetus to do something about it. But if she really cared about, like, these women, like, she'd give them some, like, advice with, like, cosmetic surgery or, what, you know, how to solve some of their skin issues or something. But no, absolutely not. She'll never do that.
Have imperfections. You never really heard these arguments when people like Brooke Shields or Denise Richards were at the top of the...
Ladyboys look better than most of the women. Wow, yeah. So... the ladyboys in Thailand, they put so much fucking effort into it. Like, they're real hard maxers. Like, they're not like... I can't really... let's just leave it at that.
Beauty standards. And even a girl like Victoria Justice is above Kendall Jenner. But they would never use her as the example because she has a naturally good-looking face and doesn't need to cake her makeup on like these other girls.
This is me, with my makeup done, sitting in front of my ring light. I'm about a meter away from you guys. But this is my skin outside in the harsh light of day. And as you can see, I have skin texture. I have enlarged pores. I have fine lines.
Time for the main event. It's blatantly obvious that this all stems from her own insecurities. Even when she uses herself as the example, showing imperfections, she still has to have layers of makeup on her face. And here's more ammunition to back my...
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are we talking about? Like, if you wanted to show how bad the fine lines and, you know, the wrinkles and whatever on your skin are, why would you use some footage of you caked in makeup to purposefully obfuscate that? Why would you do that? If you're really fucking about it, show a close-up of what your skin looks like, downward lighting, not a gram of makeup on, okay? How about that? But no, even when you're like doing the, oh, guys, I'm so humble. Oh, look at me, I have imperfections. Even then, you're frauding.
I have felt but ugly the majority of my life. Makeup for me back then and even still now to this day, I know you're not supposed to say this, but for me, it gave me confidence. It was like a way to control my image, make the most of the features that
And she's wearing makeup here. You know? Her teenage fans are seething in the comments of the video, by the way. This guy is so mean. Standards are so high. Shelley Duvall was beautiful. So it seems like some of the Stephanie Lang... I don't even know who the fuck that is. It's obviously like a female YouTuber for women, right? But it looks like some of them found this video as well. This chick is blatantly trolling. So this is the comment section here is like a mixed bag of guys like us guys, and fans of this chick. Can you imagine just being some normie Instagram woman and you come across this Gant pill?
that I liked and disguise the ones that I didn't like so much. Oh my god, this picture to her Instagram the other day, she's like, I'm not wearing any makeup, and it's like, okay, maybe you're not technically wearing makeup, but this is not what you look like with a totally bare face. Pictures like this that celebrities and influencers and models post to their social medias where they claim that they're not wearing an ounce of makeup, a lot of the time they are wearing makeup. This is not an accurate representation of what women look like without makeup. I think in a lot of ways, it's pictures like this that make other women feel embarrassed to be seen without their makeup because they're like, I don't look this flawless without my makeup, so there must be something wrong with me. 70% of the time, my skin is red and angry and inflamed because I have really bad rosacea. In fact, today is one of those days and I am wearing foundation because I'm insecure about my
Oh yeah, yeah. Her skin texture is not very good. Even in this lighting, which, you know, it doesn't really show the full extent of, because it's kind of like, it's like a window light behind her, like you can't really see that clearly, but even then you can see there's, it looks like a lot of like sun damage, rosacea, scars, like it's a bit of an issue
about my rosacea, but I'm not there yet. And so wearing a bit of foundation on my face makes me feel a little bit better about having that condition. Wearing eyebrow pencil like today makes me feel so much more confident because
Even when she creates videos,
yeah, women are pretty much the OG Looksmaxxers. They'll just never ever put it in blunt terms. You know what I'm saying? The reason like Looksmaxxing gets mocked is because it's men, right? Like us men, we're very blunt in how we talk compared to women. You know, we kind of just talk in like straight lines and we don't really dress things up, right? But women have been doing like Looksmaxxing since the fucking ancient times. Like they've been doing Looksmaxxing. They've been doing stuff like stuffing their bra in like the medieval period and putting like fake buttocks in like even then. So it's like, you know, it's like women have been Looksmaxxing for literally thousands of years. Men have been Looksmaxxing for about 7 years.
I'm like, ugh. Because to me, I don't see anything wrong with Chloe's no makeup face. I don't. I think she's really, really pretty. Yes, she obviously looks gorgeous with her makeup done, but her no makeup face is pretty beautiful too. She's got sparkly eyes, gorgeous olive skin.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
I think she's really, really pretty. Yes, she obviously looks gorgeous with her makeup done, but her no makeup face is pretty beautiful too. She's got sparkly eyes, gorgeous.
Right. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And you know, like chicks like this, they won't even stop here. They'll then go into filters. We're not even at the filter stage here. We're just at the raw makeup, you know, level before the filters get applied. And like I've noticed this like so many times when like I date a girl from like Tinder or whatever, and it's almost never that the chick looks as good as she does in the photos or better. It's almost never. It's almost the other way around. Almost always. But that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The power of makeup. Yeah, the power of makeup indeed.
Smile, and I really hope that she doesn't actually genuinely think that her no makeup face is any less than her made up face because she's so beautiful.
That's just straight up catfishing. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? This is what you're up against as a man. This is the level of Looksmaxxing you're up against as a man. You know, you got to put a bit of like mental effort, a bit of mental bandwidth into improving your looks as well, because this is what you're up against. This is the level of Looksmaxxing that women do.
TikTok who comes across this kind of video who may actually look like Chloe's before.
What is that? She looks like herself wearing makeup, but if she was a grandma in this picture.
I would hate for them to look at that picture and be like, well shit, I look like that, and then feel like their natural face is not beautiful because it is.
Like I invoked earlier, I don't know how this girl does not get called out by all the women who watch her videos. She has the nerve to tell women
legit
who look
looks
like
60
this.
there. Yeah. Grandma tier. Like not even MILF. Like even MILF is just that's too ridiculous. Like GILF. But it's not even a GILF. It's just straight up just a grandma.
With highly undesirable facial flaws that they don't need to fix their appearance, and they should feel beautiful in their natural state.
Yes, I know the bottom ones are crooked, but what of it? Like, that's a cute quirk. I like that. And it makes it kind of interesting that the top ones are straight and the bottom ones are crooked.
I can
Okay, if you like that, then why don't you go to some fucking back alley orthodontist in Mumbai and get your fucking teeth made crooked on purpose? Well, some dude with a hammer and file can do that for you. Why don't you do that? Oh, that's right, because you don't think it looks good.
Resemble this woman's, she would immediately be calling up cosmetic surgeons the next day.
Yeah, she'd be crying every day until it gets fixed.
If I had done teeth, I used to have pretty bad teeth when I was in primary school when I was younger. And
oh, bad teeth. Oh, interesting. So you had bad teeth, but I thought the teeth that you looked at that woman was nice. So are you saying that her teeth don't look nice and her teeth look bad? Like, which is it?
Then these two were skew-if as well, and all the others were crooked too. And my mum and dad paid for me to
But I thought crooked teeth look nice. Why are you saying they're bad?
I had so many braces, guys, to get my teeth this straight. I was looking into getting veneers because I thought they looked really nice. Like, I didn't realize that they have to shave part of your teeth down to be able to stick them on. I just don't like the idea of that. Like, there's nothing wrong with my teeth. They're pretty sturdy. They don't chip too easily. So I was like, what's the point of getting all this harsh dental work done to my teeth when they're already pretty good? So I just decided against all that.
So yeah, it's highly disgusting of you to tell this woman how she should feel so confident with having mashed up teeth when you...
Yeah, intra-sexual competition. Don't try and improve your lot in life. You know, never ever Looksmaxx. But I'm gonna Looksmaxx the fuck out of myself. But don't worry about that. You just stay as you are. You just stay crying in your car, you know, having a shit life because of, you know, a roll of the dice that you suffered at birth. But I'm going to Looksmaxx and, you know, improve my terrible fucked up teeth. But your teeth are nice, even though they're also crooked. Do you see how, like, there's like a real venom to this? People like this have like a real venom to them, and it's not just being nice. They're not nice. Like, women like this are not nice.
veneers as soon as possible.
Correct.
Excuse me, lady, but I feel personally offended on behalf of your face that you think you're ugly, because this lady has, objectively speaking, like the perfect face. She has no idea how beautiful she is.
Imagine if Stephanie Lang actually looked like this, and someone told her she should appreciate the beauty she has when she looks in the mirror.
So today's topic of the video is procedures I've had done. I have so many people comment on my YouTube channel, like, how come you haven't told anybody about your rhinoplasty? What about nose job? How come you haven't told anybody about your nose job? There's no secret behind it, because I'm not ashamed of anything I've had done. Obviously, beauty comes from within. You should love yourself as you are. So I have...
But by the way, I'm just gonna wear a pound of makeup on my face on every shot you see of me, and I'll go through many careful procedures to purposefully make my face look like one of the boring faces that you'd never want, by the way. But yeah, I'm just gonna do that. And you guys, you know, you women watching me, you stay ugly and do nothing about your life, and just, you know, just suffer and cry in your car and just have a positive attitude. Just feel better about yourself. And horrible.
I had my lips filled. I have
absolutely horrible.
Then I saw a few videos and photos of myself from the side, and my lips I didn't like the way they poked out. Like, I don't want more volume in my lips. I just want my lips to be higher, if that makes any sense. I want them to go up, and I don't even know if that's something that can be done. If anybody's a pro in lip fillers, please tell me if what I want is even achievable. Tell me in the comments down below.
I, objectively speaking, beautiful women like Nora here are convinced that she must be ugly. Look at this woman's beautiful golden hair. Like, she literally reminds me of a Disney princess. She's got beautiful soft features, bright blue eyes.
Telling girls who are obese with no attractive features how they should feel so beautiful when all these girls would dream of looking like you in your natural state. However, that wasn't enough for you, as you felt the need to make these physical modifications to enhance your natural appearance.
So probably the next most controversial thing I've had done would be botox, and I only got that done about 2 weeks ago now. I got it because my brow relaxed is horrible, and it makes my eyes so much more hooded. So I've basically gone through my entire life lifting my brows to open my eyes up.
Oh yeah, everyone should feel beautiful in their own skin. However, I physically have to raise my eyebrows because I do not like the natural shape of my eyes. But then I have the nerve to tell women like this they shouldn't feel insecure about any of their facial
This is
flaws.
ridiculous.
2 years ago, I got a lip blush done, and it was so damn expensive, and I'm so pissed off about it because I wanted to be able to see it. Like, I didn't want to have to wear lipstick every day. I wanted to have super pigmented lips. I've had it done 3 times now because it just disappears to nothing on my lips.
After all of this, I think Stephanie Lang needs to be asking these girls for advice, because even though she is way above them in physical beauty, these girls are still less insecure and have way more confidence than Stephanie Lang, as even with having...
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. At least these women have the courage to, like, sincerely open up about, their struggles and whatever, right? Whereas you can't bring yourself to be sincere as these women. You know, even when you're showing off how bad your skin is naturally, there's a bit of weird, you're kind of obfuscating it still, you know?
Bottom tier.
These women confidence smog you.
Camera in their true natural state, compared to Stephanie, who has millions of subscribers trying to educate women on how to embrace their authentic beauty.
And she has 2 million subscribers. Oh. Man. How can you be a woman and watch this? Like, I don't understand how you can watch this and not just think this is just full of shit.
But is too self-conscious to present herself without 15 layers of decorations on her face.
I've also had my eyelash extensions done. I don't have them right now. I'm wearing false lashes. I had eyelash extensions done a good couple of times, and that is something I would continue to do because I really, really do love how they look. I've had my brows tattooed. I hate them. It was such a waste of money and such a waste of time. Hate them.
Damn, that's quite the list of procedures this girl has accumulated. Oh, wait.
She's got like she's got like a fucking laundry list of hard maxes she's done. she's like she's got done so many things, and this is the stuff that she's admitting. Like, I wouldn't put it past a woman like this to get a cosmetic surgery and lie about it. Like, it wouldn't really, I wouldn't put it past her, you know.
There's more.
This is what like she's like putting out to the public.
I really don't like it. That's why I love foundation so much, because it evens everything out. And I always have these little bumps. They're not even pimples. They are just little texturized bumps on my face. And I hate it because it makes my foundation look really texturized and horrible. So I go to Face Plus Medistar sometimes.
Oh, it makes your face look horrible. Interesting. But if you were to, like, you know, look at some of these women that, you know, we're talking about, you would never say their face looks horrible.
To get facials done, and they recommended I try a laser, and the particular laser that I tried is called Laser Genesis, I believe. So I've had 2 rounds of that, and sadly, it had no effect. Looking at the recording time on my video, I've been recording this for ages, which makes me think that I've had so much done to my face, when in reality, I really haven't. But I hope you guys found out some...
What? So you haven't had lots of stuff done to your face, but we've just had like a fucking laundry list of hard maxes and cosmetic procedures that you've done specifically to look more objectively beautiful. Like,
attitudes towards facial procedures, or you don't like cosmetic tattooing, or you don't like...
No, I don't have a negative attitude to that by any means. Obviously not, right? I have an attitude with insincerity. Like, I don't like insincere people.
Botox, or you don't think anybody should ever alter their appearance at all. It's really not going to change a thing that I do. Like, I will always do to my face what I want to do to my face, because...
See, that if me and like this chick got in a debate, that's never fucking happening, is it? But you know, she'd like try and divert this to something completely different, right? Like, my beef with the Stephanie Langs of the world is this weird gaslighting, this weird intra-sexual competition where you're telling women that you know look bad, look amazing, and don't do anything, don't change yourself. But meanwhile, I'm going to subscribe to this very rigid set of beauty standards and facial aesthetics theory, and I'm going to hard max from there. But you women suffering way more than me, just don't do anything, just rot, right? That's what I have a beef with, this insincerity. But you know, if like we had like a conversation, she would totally divert it to something else, like, oh, you just don't want women to improve their looks. It's like, no, that's totally not the point. You're really missing the fucking point. Can you imagine us having a debate, me and Stephanie Lang?
My humble opinion, what creates beauty is like that contrast. It's like you're not really sure if they're pretty. You're not really sure if they're ugly. They could be ugly, they could be pretty. You don't really know.
Where was that mindset when you decided to go under the knife to cause physical augmentations to your facial aesthetics?
Yeah, you weren't like confused. You weren't confused. Like, you never like, should I get a nose to look like those women that are told not to do anything? Like, should I get a nose like that? No, you didn't. You went for... Jesus.
As you felt the need to eliminate any minor imperfections you had. But then these girls with extreme facial imperfections, you tell them they don't even need makeup to masquerade the flaws, and totally disregarding surgical procedures.
Aren't most women insincere? I feel like this is a exceptional case. I wouldn't like tar all women with the same brush, but I understand why, you know, why you think that. I feel like this is exceptionally bad of a case.
Which you had, as they should feel beautiful the way they are.
In my early years of high school, I legit thought I was the ugliest girl that I had ever seen. Like, I hated looking in the mirror. I was miserable because your appearance has that much of an effect on how you view yourself, not just physically, but mentally as well.
AW, she would call you an inkwell. My friends insinuated that when I talked about the black pill. Well, that's the thing. Like, people like this, whenever you corner them with their bullshit, they'll just totally divert it to something completely different. So they'll never like really, you know, face the music. They'll just gaslight and move it to something else that, even though what she's doing isn't good. This is not a good thing that she's doing.
Life of misery if you think you're ugly. And it pains me to see that so many...
It's not if you think, it's if you are, and if that's how people treat you. And if other people think you're ugly, then you're ugly. Like, I'm sorry, but this is just like, it's not about what you think or what your attitude is this morning. It's literally how the world treats you, how society treats you. This is what determines how good looking you are. And even someone like me, even if I tell you what your face rating is and I give like an educated guess, it doesn't really mean shit compared to what society really, you know, how they treat you, right? You know, what happens when you go on Tinder. It's not about what people think or what their attitude is this morning and are you feeling happy today or sad? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's only fair that we give this walking contradiction, Stephanie Lang, an official face rating. I already know men who overrate women like face IQ and creating attractive would place this girl in the high 6 to low 7 range, but obviously that is too high.
I feel like, see, I thought that, I was thinking something like that when I saw her with all this makeup on. And then I kind of saw her with less makeup on, and my score went, ooh.
However, not to be all negative, I will say she does look a lot better here. Somewhat resembles a less attractive Amanda Seyfried. Unfortunately, her side does not match that standard. It appears as though she has hardly any ramus development. Her nose looks way worse here, but maybe this was before the rhinoplasty. She went a little overboard here with the top lip filler, as her lower lip should not be smaller, especially for her phenotype. However, whatever I do say, most men will rate this girl quite high, for simply being a skinny, feminine, white girl with blue eyes. But on an objective beauty standard, I'm going to place this girl in the low to mid 5 range. Normal scale, of course. On my scale, it would be low to mid 3 out of 10.
Yeah, if you strip away all the makeup and all the bullshit, yeah, she would be slightly above average. I would say that. I'm not gonna just say a bunch of bullshit and say she's like a 3 out of 10 just because I don't like her. No, like she's a bit above average in looks, I would say. Brutal side profile. She's got the opposite issue that I have. My side profile mugs my front for you. I got an opposite issue.
I don't understand why Stephanie Lang cannot just be honest with her audience and stop deluding herself.
People like this are allergic to sincerity. It's like they can't handle it at all. Like, if she met me and we had like a conversation, within like a minute, we'd kind of conclude that we don't like each other. People like this just fucking despise people that just talk without pretension or platitudes, or they're just talking straight lines and just say what's honestly, you know, in their mind. They can't handle that. This was a good video by Gantpill. He's a small YouTuber. He's only got like 1k subs, so give him a subscribe. And I just kind of find it funny that this normie basic chick, Stephanie Lang, her fans are coming across this BP channel. It's just kind of hilarious to me.